Hi everybody, Apollo and I here for another week of Will's Way Talks. Apollo is once again being camera shy. Look! Yeah, say hi to everyone. Say hi. Look over and say, hi everybody. Hi. Now he's confused. He's like, what are you doing with my arm? Hi everybody. Okay, I'll let you play with your toys, okay? This week, I want to talk about faith. Now, I know what you're thinking when you think of faith, because faith generally is tied to a more religious type overtone to it. But my inspiration for wanting to talk about faith actually doesn't even come from religion, although I do have a strong religious faith. My wanting to talk about faith comes from watching the TV series Once Upon a Time, which sounds really interesting if you don't know me personally. So Once Upon a Time at its core, and it tells you this in like the first episode and like the first like 5 minutes. So it's been out for a while, so it's not really spoiling anything, I don't think. Every storybook character, so Snow White, the Evil Queen, etc., everyone has been banished to live in our world where there is no magic. Sad us, because we have no magic. But so they're banished to live here, and all of them forget everything about their past. They forget that where they come from. They forgot who they are, and they think they're entirely new people. The idea behind it is that there's one person who was sent here, and that she is capable of breaking the curse. And so the thing is, though, that she grew up here. She grew up as you and I grew up. Very human and very no magic exists. So a lot of the first season, deals with her trying to believe in all this. And I was talking with a friend about it the other day, and I was like, I was so frustrated that it took so long, that it was like, it wasn't an immediate thing, but like, how could she not immediately believe that all of this was real? He brought up a very good point. Like, in our world, if somebody approached you and took you to this place and was like, everyone here is a storybook character, but they don't remember it, and you're supposed to break the curse, I don't know if that would be something that we would easily just accept as true. And here's where I'm probably going to lose a lot of scientific credibility in the future based on this next following statement. But I think I have the faith that something like that could happen. So this all ties into like childlike faith that I was saying, because if you go back to like Christianity, because that's their religion that I know, so I can't talk to other religions, and I apologize for that. But in Christianity, there's this part in the Bible where Jesus talks about having a childlike faith, and terrible because I don't remember exactly what it says, and I could go look it up, but I'm just kind of going off memory here because that's kind of what I do when I make these videos. So he talks about how it's important to just believe like a child, because as a child you believe anything is possible, and I think that's important. We lose a lot of that when we grow up. When we grow up, we lose that childlike aspect where anything is possible, and we can be anything, and we can do anything, and we get stunted by the world. And I think that is a dangerous thing to let happen. And lots of times I think the world is very powerful, and it's very loud, and it's very hard to block it out and to continue on with that childlike thing. But if possible, I think it's wonderful. And I hear often people being like, oh, you need to grow up. And I get that, because I've thought to myself that, oh, that kid needs to grow up. And that's silly, because I'm not even that grown up. But I have conversations with another friend about this all the time. We always talk about, where did we never signed up for this. We never fill out the papers. Maybe they'll take back our grown-up card. Maybe we can go back to being kids. And I feel like that's just joking, because I'm still a kid. I still play video games. Not that I am so much a kid. It's ridiculous. The things you think adults do as a kid, I look at and I say, I don't do a lot of that. I mean, I pay bills and I live on my own and I have a pet, but I roll around on the floor with my dog, and I play video games, and I go out with people, and we don't drink, we play Dungeons and Dragons. And I watch people play Dungeons and Dragons online, and I imagine these fantasy scenarios where storybook characters are real and superpowers exist and things like that. And I watch TV shows about superheroes and about guys fighting off demons and all these other things, and I just get wrapped up in the fantasy of it all. And I think we think adults aren't allowed to do that. And so this video starts off as faith, but it's also sort of turning into you don't have to lose that faith when you grow up. Growing up, there's no contract you sign that says you're now 20 years old, you graduated from college, or you got a job somewhere, and so you are no longer allowed to believe in things. And yet, at the same time, I think a lot of us think we do have to stop believing things. We think that part of growing up isn't just making better decisions and being wiser because we've experienced things, but I think a lot of the world pushes on us that growing up also means abandoning a lot of things that we equate to children. And I think that's wrong, because there's a lot of things that children do that I think we should continue doing for the rest of our life. And I, for one, am very big on holding on to a lot of my childhood ideals. And I think a lot of people look down on that. And I have even been told by parental units that one day I'll grow up and one day I'll stop doing that. But I don't want to. And I'm not going to. And that's perfectly okay. So if you want to grow up, if you want to sign that contract that says I can't like childhood things when you hit a certain age or when you grow up, that's fine. Nobody's forcing you to continue with that. But I think there's a lot of magic inherent in children and how they perceive the world and how they believe in things. And I think if more people carry that into their later lives, there'd be a lot more magic in this world. And it may not be the storybook magic with the evil queen who can do all sorts of things, who can curse people and whatnot. And it may not be the blue fairy who can grant wishes and bring Pinocchio to life. But there is magic in children, and there's magic in that childhood faith. And I think if we could somehow find a way to encourage more people that can carry that on further into their life, that the world would just be better for it. And that's just one man's idea of what would make things better in life. So let me know, do you think having a childlike faith would make people better, the world better, society better? Or do you think that it's very important to drop those things and to transition into the model adult? I'm glad I got to talk to you guys. I hope I didn't take too long and you guys were like, he's never making another video, but we talked about it at the end of the video. So, I love you all. Don't forget to smile. I'll see you next time I make a video, which hopefully is next week, and we'll talk about more fun stuff, probably superheroes and magic and whatnot, because that's like my favorite topic in the world. So, adios.